Natalie at Custom Crafts.
And Robin, my pink stamper.
And we are doing a joint project today that the pink stamper doesn't even know what she's going to be doing.
Yeah, actually that's how I do most of my projects and my videos. I kind of just pull paper out and I decide, I kind of get a general idea. So I have a general idea of what I'm going to show you. I want to show you how to cover up a hot cocoa packet because the holidays are coming up and these are really big. They're hot.
So we're going to use some of our new Basic Gray Eskimo Kisses paper that we have at CustomCrafts.com. And then Robin is actually going to show us some of the feature keys on the Cricut Expression.
Yes.
Many of you may have seen them on the keypad but don't know exactly what they mean. So we're kind of going to go through a lot of the different functions even though we may not be using them on this project.
Okay, Natalie, the first thing I'm going to show you, you need to load your mat. Okay. I'm not going to actually cut, I'm just going to explain.
We're just going to explain. Yeah. Okay, got it.
I'm going to start with the autofill button.
Okay.
Let's say that you have your child's teacher wants 50 2-inch Christmas trees.
Okay.
So if you hit autofill and you set your size, where's my size? You set your size to 2 inches, then when you press cut, it's going to cut as many 2-inch Christmas trees will fit on your paper.
There. Okay.
Yes, which is awesome because you can see it'll say, we'll cut 14. So then you can do the math. Okay, I only need to use 3 sheets of paper.
Okay.
Okay, so I love the autofill.
It tells you before you cut how many will fit on that
Yes,
page.
it tells you exactly how many it's going to cut.
Okay.
Let's say that you only need 3 Christmas trees. You hit quantity.
Okay.
And then over here, you need to make sure if you read it, it tells you what to do before it goes back to the regular screen. You need to press your plus or minus, and it'll tell you how many.
Your quantity comes up in there, 4 or 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can go, up to as many as you need.
If you chose 7 and it's cutting, when it gets to the end of your page, what happens?
It just goes right back.
Oh, it goes to the okay, and then it will just cut it. Okay, got it.
It will keep going, and it won't cut as let's say you did quantity 8, and then you press cut. If you look over, it says this will be cut 7 times. So it tells you, okay, there was not enough room. How many are going to fit on the page? For 8, yes, which I love that. We are going to be showing, I'm going to be showing the fit to length button, but I will show you the fit to page. When you press fit to page, you want to use your 12 by 12 paper, you want an item on here, you want a humongous, we'll say Christmas trees, we'll suppose Christmas tree. You want it to fit the entire paper. So, I have my fit to page button, I'll press
whatever
this.
Your image is.
Yes, you press your image, I will do an example, and then I'll hit stop. Let's do a heart right here. And I press cut, it will say here, calculating, we'll cut at 11.5 inches. Okay. So I'm hitting stop because we don't want it to cut.
Right. So that kind of alleviates if you've ever cut on your Cricut and you'll do say I had 13 inches or 14 inches and it'll say beep will not fit. Instead of doing that over and over and over again, you can just hit the fit to page and it'll calculate automatically.
That's right. It'll calculate. And another thing that people don't know with the fit to page button, it's if you're using more than one item, you want to do 2 Christmas trees and you want to use the 12 by 12 paper as big as they will go. You can press your Christmas tree button 2 times. Fit to page button's on, hit cut, and it will calculate both of those as big as 2 will fit. And you can do that. I've done it up to 4. I don't know if it will go higher than 4. I haven't tried it yet. Okay. So I learned these things by trial and error. Okay. Okay.
So we're going to use the portrait. We're going to use the fit to length. Multi-cut, we know what that is, but maybe some people don't out there.
Oh, the multi-cut button is if you're going to be cutting something like really heavy chipboard. Or the glitter paper.
Or sometimes an intricate design. It has to go around over and over again.
Yes. Okay. You can hit your multi-cut. So you press your multi-cut button, and it says multi-cut on. You have the option to have it on 2, 3, or 4. Right. But you can't tell, so you need to go in your settings right here. So settings, you have to go through, and it says English, okay. And then you have to go through all of this to see where your multi-cut is, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. So if I'm doing heavy cardstock, really heavy cardstock, like glitter paper, glitter cardstock, I'll do 2. Okay. If you're doing lighter chipboard, 4, poster board, 3, you kind of just have to figure out what you need for that. But you probably do need the deep blade housing and blade if you're going to do thicker cardstock and stuff like that. Okay, multi-cut. Center point is a fun button. Let me take the multi-cut button off. Yeah. What did I do?
Okay,
thanks.
Let's see. There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
And I can't see it from this angle.
I know. Okay.
Okay, center point, if you're cutting, I use the center point when I'm scrapbooking and I'm cutting my child's picture in the shape of something, or I'm printing out journaling on my computer and I want that journaling on my scrapbook page to be a shape.
The center, okay.
Yes. So it's really simple. You just move your blade to the center
of your oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now if you want to, I've heard recommended, you can actually figure out where you want your center first and put a little pencil mark so you can line your blade up.
Oh.
And then you just hit the how big you want it, press cut, and it will go to the center, cut around it. You know, it's just really neat.
And then Robin, how about paper saver?
Okay, paper saver button I always have on. It's really hard for me to do this upside down. Okay.
Yeah.
The paper saver button I have on, what it does is when it cuts it so you're doing exactly what it's saying. Your paper, you're saving your paper.
So it is like to the farthest most border that it could actually be. It's basically okay.
Now, if you want to use something as a stencil, if you know someone's name and you want it to be equally proportioned, then you're going to want to take your paper sizer button off, and it will actually, do it proportionately. Okay, now the real size button right here, a lot of people have questions about. Okay, for example, this is the easiest way I think to explain it. If you're cutting out paper dolls, and you want a 4-inch paper doll, if you have the real size button on, it will cut your doll at 4 inches, but it will also cut each accessory and piece of clothing at 4 inches.
Okay, so
because it's a real size. Just try to remember, that's the real size.
Right.
If you have the real size button off, it will cut it proportionate to the
paper doll.
Yes, the paper doll. Or if you're using a layered image, we're going to be using a Christmas tree. I have Cricut on the brain. We're going to be using a Christmas tree later. And it will do the same thing. It will be proportionate, because the only time I ever use real dial size button is if I'm using like paper dolls and the accessories, that come with it, like the animals or whatever, and I want them to be that size or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, and as Robin pointed out, in your binder, there is a page where all of these functions are described. So if you ever have any questions about what they do, it's right in your binder.
So the measurements don't really matter, because you have to make sure that it fits your hot chocolate packet. So just cut your paper so it's a little bit taller and wider. Taller than your hot chocolate. Yeah, a little bit taller so it fits in there. And then how I do it is I just kind of eyeball how that this is going to fit like that. And we're going to use the bone folder and do that in a minute. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Score-Pel for the first time. I've never used it. I don't own it. Is that so funny? I am just going to score this, right?
Yeah, you have to press it. Yeah.
Okay. And so, how do I need to pull it up flush like that? Is that what you normally do?
No. I mean, you can do it however it works for you.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and score right here.
There. Okay.
I just press it and.
Okay. Yeah, you just have to kind of like work it back and there you go. Yeah. Good. Okay.
Okay, for good luck. Okay, now you fold this over. And now, let's see where we want this one. We want this one right about here. Okay. And then I'm going to score this. We are going to have to score this too on here, I guess.
Oh.
I'm going to mark it with this bone folder where I want to use the Score-Pel. How about that? Does that make it easy?
Now, which way do you want it to fold? Because if you want this on the outside, right?
Yes.
So you want this to be, are you going to be able to see your marks?
Oh, okay, like this.
Let's see. No, actually, I mean, you can fold it either way.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So go ahead and do that, and then you just fold it the opposite way.
Okay. And this I don't want to press as hard because it's thinner, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
I see. Let's see, I think. Okay. So we're going to have this paper on the outside also. I think I'm finished with that. So now, the easiest thing to do for us is to use the Glue Glider Pro. Thinking I have to pull something down. I'm using a lot of it. Okay. This is just going to be on the front. Do you use that much when you use it normally?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's normal. Okay. I'm going to have this here.